Be sure to check out AI Code Review and Legacy Modernization with GitHub Copilot on Udemy. The course link is in the description. Now we've seen how to use the AI to refactor, but now we have a task where we actually need to rewrite one of the modules. That means we're going to intentionally change the operation and address a documented problem. We want to prioritize whatever has been highlighted in the documents as gaps. Those are the things that we really want to address. AI can help to plan and implement, but the developer always owns the decision. So our target for our rewrite is the registration role assignment. This means that we're going to address the issue of having the user-controlled role selection, and we're removing it from the anonymous registration form. So this is going to count as a rewrite because the user experience and several parts of the code will change. It's a simple enough change, but it's good enough for us to get the point about making sure that we have a documented problem, we plan with the AI, and then execute and make the final decision. Let's jump in. Without rehashing all of the details surrounding the issues with the registration form, the fact that the register get action populates a drop-down list of roles and allows the user to select, that is a huge vulnerability because an attacker could override the values and get in as an admin. So we definitely need to address this issue. So we have a prompt to ask the AI to plan a fix for this feature before we try to make any changes. So review the account registration and role assignment workflow, and I'm giving it relevant files, including the business rules and risks document. Do not modify any files yet. Generate a plan to implement a fix for all the issues that have been identified, including a timeline and any dependencies. I want you to return the current flow and anywhere that there are significant touch points, why there is a risk, minimal rewrite options, tests that should exist before or after the rewrite, and files that are likely to be affected. So I'm going to run this prompt in plan mode. My assistant is asking me some questions. Should users be allowed to choose their role during registration? I'm going to say no. Automatically assign a default role. But you notice the other options. Yes, keep the current behavior. No, only admins can assign the roles after registration. Maybe you as a developer might not have the answers. Make sure you correlate with whoever is setting up the requirements and make sure that they are set in stone. So I'm going to say no, automatically assign a default role. The second question now is if role selection is disabled, which default role should be assigned? I'm going to leave it at teacher, but once again, confirm that with the business. Next, when should new users be signed in? Should they be able to sign in immediately after successful registration, which is currently the case, or only after the role assignment completes, only after email confirmation? The application as it stands does not have an email service working. We should be rewriting this registration module to include that email confirmation. However, I'm going to leave it as immediately after successful registration. How should the server handle invalid or tampered user role value posted from the client? Reject the registration with a validation error, or ignore the posted value and assign a safe default value. I'm going to reject the registration, and I'm rejecting it because if a tampered value comes in, then it's an obvious attack. So I'm not going to allow that person to enroll in the system because obviously they're not here for any good reason. And then which test framework should we target for the unit or integration tests? And I'm going to say MS test. I'm not introducing any third-party testing into the mix right now, and I'll submit those answers. So the AI went off and came back with the exploration summary, different touch points, the deliverables that I requested, the current registration flow step by step, where the role selection enters the request, where role assignment happens, why this is risky, and 3 options. Option A is to remove the user role selection from the view, implement the server-side check to make sure it is not being sent over with the request, preserve the sign-in behavior, and runtime check to ensure that the teacher role is valid, and then create it if it's not available or fail with a clear error. I don't mind that. It should be available. Then they have the backwards compatible change where you keep it in the model but hide it on the UI. And on post, do the validation. This keeps the API compatibility but reduces UI exposure. And then option C, which is a stronger workflow, is to remove the role assignment from it entirely. Register as an unassigned default minimal role and require the admin to set the roles. Also require confirmation or admin approval. This would be a much bigger rewrite option. So you can make that decision as a developer with the guidance of the business, because you might have a timeline where this is the best, but also the most time consuming option, needs to be tested, validated, and everything, versus the recommended path, which does meet the requirements and does not require that much from the implementation side. Tests that should exist before or after the rewrite would be these tests, including an optional one. And then the files that are likely to be affected: the controller, the view model, the register.cs, the business rules. So this is going to be updated. The tests, and potentially the Owen startup or role manager setup, just to make sure that everything is there. Timeline for the different tasks and an estimated time of 9.5 hours. I don't think that is realistic. If I was doing it manually, I definitely wouldn't need 10 hours to make those changes. And especially since I have AI assistants, I don't think it's really going to take that long. But let's continue. The dependencies and the blockers. The role manager availability tests with the mocking, validation steps. The manual steps would be to test it manually, and the rollback steps if required. Now we're getting prompted. If you want, I can implement the minimal changes and tests as described, or adjust the plan for option B or C, or only produce the patch/diff that you can review. So shall I proceed with the implementation of the minimal rewrite and tests now? Over in the assistant, I have the option now to implement plan, and I'll just let it implement the plan. While it's implementing the plan, I do want to show you that it did generate a plan document, and it's like a to-do list just to show you what is about to be done, with a little flag as to how long it might take. And if you watch what is happening in the AI assistant, you'll see that it's updating the document as it goes along so that you can track what it is doing. So I'm going to give it some time and then we can come back and do a review. Now we have up to step 2 done. I'm going to review the diff. The first change is to the register view. Remove the drop down for the roles. I'll keep that change. We also want to remove the property for the user role. It's not required. The AI assistant, it's saying for model binding compatibility. Identity config. This is to configure the role manager to make sure that the roles are in the system. And then for the startup, it's to make sure that the roles are created. That's fine as well. The account controller has some changes. It's adding the role manager so that it can assign the role to the user. It's removing the drop-down list binding from the page. And it's also checking to make sure that the user role was not sent in. Here, it's in the default role is teacher. If it doesn't exist, then create it. And then after the user has been created, assign the user role and then perform the sign-in. I'll keep all of those changes for this file and allow it to continue. The next item is to keep changes minimal and reversible. If you look at the log, you'll see that it is working on the test. It sees that there are already tests in the project and it has some suggestions on the test changes. It's going to change the name of the test, and the adjustments would be to control the view bag roles, verify that it is not populated. Also, how the operation goes based on the different permutations for registration. So a mix of unit and integration tests. For one of the tests where it's checking the role, it's here making sure that the role exists in the database for teachers, and it's removing some of the original test where it was doing checks for admin, teacher, and supervisor roles. So I'll keep all of these changes and allow it to run that test command. So it ran the test, it verified everything. It's now giving me a highlight of all the changes that were made, the tests that were updated, and it updated the business rule and risks.md file. So BR5 status is now fixed. The behavior that has been preserved, the risks that have been reduced, and the validation would be to manually test the different scenarios, implement the email confirmation workflow as suggested, and consider requiring admin approval for role elevation beyond teacher. So it's pointing out several other things that you could do, but at the very least, this rewrite has been successful. This was a good experience to see how we can safely use the AI to rewrite parts of an application safely, make sure that we're in control every step of the way, and that we pay attention to the decisions and make changes as we see fit. Once again, feel free to check out the full course, AI code review and legacy modernization with GitHub Copilot on Udemy. I'll see you there.